Please rise for the bride. Please be seated. Annie and Paul, today you are surrounded by your family and friends, all of whom are gathered to witness your exchange of vows and to share in the joy of this occasion. Let this be a statement of what you mean to each other and the commitment of marriage that you are about to make. Annie and Paul, today you will marry your best friend, the one you laugh with and cry with, the one you have learned from and shared with, the one you have chosen to support and encourage and give yourself to all the days of your life. Today, you will marry the one that you love. I'm sure many of us have caught ourselves singing the eHarmony's catchy song, "This Will Be an Everlasting Love." And in this case, Annie and Paul, they have certainly found it. 3 years ago, Annie saw Paul's profile on the website. And in addition to thinking that he seemed like a nice guy, she liked the fact that he was 6'8". And so taking a chance, she sent him a message. And the first thing that Paul noticed was Annie's smile. And he too liked that she was so tall herself. I don't know where I fit in this situation, but whatever. And through Annie's writing, her kindness showed through. And it was evident to Paul that she was a special person who went above and beyond to make sure everyone around her was happy. After exchanging emails for what Annie thought was an eternity, Paul finally asked her out on a date. They met at July 5th in Grand Central, and Annie remembers rounding the corner to find Paul standing with one leg up against the wall and thinking, he's pretty cute, even in person. And from there, they started out with drinks at the Campbell Apartments and found the conversation came easily and laughed at each other's jokes. Since they were having such a good time, Paul suggested that they continue their date over dinner. They moved to a Korean restaurant where they spent the remaining of the night learning more about each other's lives, their families, and friends. After this initial face-to-face meeting, it did not take long for Annie and Paul to realize that they had stumbled upon something wonderful. Annie was instantly drawn to Paul's laughter and his great sense of humor. She loved the close bond he shares with his family and now cannot wait to start their own family together. Paul is also willing to help anyone in need. Annie says he innately knows when someone could use a hand or a listening ear and is extremely generous with his time. In return, Paul recognizes Annie's ability to make others happy. She has a natural gift of knowing just the right thing to say to make anyone's day. And although she is great with every person that she meets, she always makes Paul feel as though he is the most important person in the universe. For the couple's 12th date, they took a weekend trip to Puerto Rico. And then several months later, they traveled to Hawaii. In addition to having an amazing time, they realized how compatible they truly are. Perhaps more importantly, they discovered they had just as much fun on elaborate vacations as they did hanging out at home and just doing nothing. Over the past 3 years, they have become each other's best friend. Both are comfortable to know that they can be themselves 100% of the time, and know that the other will love them unconditionally and try not to change them. They can have a deep philosophical conversation 1 minute and act like complete goofballs the next. And whether they're exploring new places, watching movies, riding bikes, reading, they just enjoy spending time with each other. Annie and Paul feel so blessed to be lovingly integrated into each other's family. Annie delights in watching Paul play with her nieces and nephews, and she is so excited to be able to build her own special bond with Paul's niece, who I've heard is also very excited to be meeting his new aunt, and will be making their debut very shortly. In addition to this bond of love and common interests, they share the same hopes and dreams. They have already begun creating their own loving home this past November, and they have so many picture frames to fill of memories yet to be had. Annie and Paul, I am sure that your family and friends join me in wishing you a lifetime of health, happiness, and wonderful moments with family and friends. And most importantly, decades from now, may you look back at all that you have accomplished together and know that this truly is the beginning of everlasting love. So Paul, do you promise Annie to be her friend, to comfort and to listen to her, to celebrate her successes and to support her in her struggles, to love, respect, and tenderly care for her all the days of your life? Annie, do you promise Paul to be his friend, to comfort and to listen to him, and to celebrate his successes and to support his struggles, to love, to respect, and tenderly care for him all the days of your life?
I do.
Paul, please repeat after me. I, Paul, take you, Annie, to be my wife. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health. I will love and honor you all the days of my life. Annie, please repeat after me. I, Annie, take you, Paul,
I, Annie, take you, Paul,
to be my husband.
to be my husband.
I promise to be true to you
I promise to be true to you
in good times and in bad,
in good times and in bad,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will love and honor you
I will love and honor you
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
The wedding ring is a symbol of an unbroken circle of love. For love freely given has no beginning and no end. And once these rings are given and received, they seal the covenant that you have made with one another. May these rings always be a loving reminder of the ties that bind you together as husband and wife. Annie, this ring I give you is a token of my love and devotion. And with my heart, I pledge to you all that I am. With this ring, I marry you and join my life with yours. Paul, this ring I give you
Paul, this ring I give you
is a token of my love
is a token of my love
and devotion. And with my heart,
with my heart.
I pledge to you
I pledge to you
all that I am.
all that I am.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I marry you
I marry you
and join my life
and join my life.
with yours. Annie and Paul have chosen to perform the love letter wine box time capsule ceremony. This box will have this bottle of wine and love letters that each of them have written. The love letters describe the good qualities they find in each other and the reasons they fell in love and the reasons to choose to marry. These letters are sealed in individual envelopes and they have not seen what the other has written. You have created your very own romantic time capsule to be opened on your 5th wedding anniversary. Keep this box in a place of honor, prominently displayed in your house as a constant reminder of your commitment to each other. And Annie and Paul, should you ever find your marriage enduring hardships, you are to, as a couple, open this box, sit and drink the wine together, and then separate and read the letters that you wrote to one another that united you as a couple in marriage. And by reading these love letters, you will reflect upon the reasons you fell in love and choose to marry today. The hope is, however, that you will never have a reason to open this box, And if this is the case, you are to open this box and share and enjoy on your 5th wedding anniversary. Annie and Paul, as you continue your journey together, I ask you to remember this advice. The key to love is understanding, as it is the little things that say so much by themselves. The key to love is forgiving, to accept each other's faults and pardon mistakes. The key to love is sharing your good fortunes as well as your bad together. The key to love is giving without the thought of return, but with the hopes of just a simple smile, and by giving in and never giving up. And with this promise and declaration of love, it is my pleasure, through in accordance with the laws of New York and by the virtue of authority vested in me by the state of New York, to now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.